Thank you. All right. Well, welcome everyone to our NAMIWalk kickoff event. And this is our 16th annual event and the second time that we have had to do this event in the virtual world. We're fortunate to be able to do it this way, so we're excited that we can still have a virtual event. For those of you who have been around for a while, we have usually had a kickoff luncheon at the Benedict Castle in Riverside, and it's really a beautiful venue. So let's all just imagine that we're sitting around at the Benedict Castle having a wonderful lunch, and imagine that for next year, that's the way that we're going to be able to have some kind of an in-person event. So we're excited to have you all here. Welcome. We're grateful that you all could join us. All right, sorry. All right, here we go.
Okay, I think I got clicked out, but I'm back.
Oh, well, that means I need to make you a co-host again.
Well, I think I am co-host.
Oh, you still are. Okay. All right, so we want to start by acknowledging our national sponsors. These sponsors support NAMIWalks on a national level, which include 125 walks across the country. And we'd like to thank our local sponsors. This is a few of the sponsors that we have so far. These sponsors lay the foundation for our walk's success every year. We absolutely could not put on a successful walk without them, and we are incredibly grateful for their support. This year, our honorary chair from Riverside County is going to be Malcolm Lilienthal, who is a council person with the Hemet City Council District 3. We're very excited. He is supposed to be here around noon to introduce himself. And we're just very grateful that he has graciously agreed to be our honorary chair. And then we will have an honorary chair from San Bernardino County, and we will announce that later when it has been, we have a person, we're still deciding if that person is deciding if they can do it or not. So let's start by taking a look back at 2020. It's difficult to look back, but it's also important to see how resilient our NAMIWalks event and you, our supporters, have been during the pandemic. First, we saw from the CDC the need for mental health care rose quickly during the pandemic. We know that 1 in 5 adults in the US experience mental illness each year. By mid-2020, 1 in 3 adults reported experiencing symptoms of anxiety, depression since the pandemic began. We know that NAMIWalks needs to keep pace to keep these needs met in our community. That's when we introduced NAMIWalks Your Way, our first ever walk event that was virtual. This was an opportunity for our participants to come together remotely to raise awareness and funds with NAMI. We also participated in a National Day of Hope along with other fall walks and thousands of participants like you across the country. It was a big day for NAMIWalks and for mental health awareness. And while we saw a drop in the number of participants due to the pandemic, it didn't stop our NAMIWalks supporters. They still continued. They know how great the need is. This is the venue where our walk has usually been held. And this is Lila Wilson, who was our first president, who, when we started the NAMIWalk Inland Empire event, we held a tribute to her this last year because she passed away at the age of 92. And we were just very grateful to all of her support through the years. These are our last year's honorary chairs: Supervisor Karen Spiegel, Riverside County Board of Supervisor District 2, and Supervisor Janice Rutherford, who was San Bernardino Board of Supervisor District 2 also. We were very grateful for their leadership. Inland Pharmacy has been a supporter for 15 years, and we appreciate their support. And here's some photos from some of our previous events. And this is Mary Russ' team, Educators for NAMI, and Mary's team. And Mary's here with us today. Hi, Mary. Mary has been a team captain since we started for 16 years. Thanks for being here, Mary.
Oh, thank you very much for setting this up for us and keeping us going.
Well, we're grateful to all of you for being here and hanging in there with us while we try to navigate our virtual world. Here's some more of our teams. This is Barbara Farrow's team. And she walked at the Harveston Park in Temecula last year. So this is some of the things that her team did. They walked at the park and then they came back to her house and had a little luncheon. So that was what Barbara's team did. I think the challenge last year was a lot of us just didn't know quite what to do. What do we do? How do I do this event? So now at least we have some ideas of what other folks did. So this was my team, and my team hiked Polly Butte, and I just took pictures of them going up the hill and down the hill, and we had a couple signs with us, and then I took a few videos and pictures, and so that was you can see the Diamond Valley Lake in the background. So just so you all know, where that's the hill, Polly Butte, right behind the lake. In fact, nationally, NAMIWalk individuals individual fundraising increased by 71%. That the average amount that a participant raised went from $95 in 2019 to $162 in 2020. That was a huge leap in 1 year and speaks to the commitment of our participants. Last year, NAMIWalk Inland Empire raised a total of $62,588. And we're so grateful for the dedication and resilience of our team captains, sponsors, and participants for making this possible. And this gets split between 5 affiliates who are in Riverside County and San Bernardino County. 100% of the funds that were raised stayed local, supporting our mission of mental health support, education, advocacy, and public awareness. So it helps us to be able to do the things that we want to do in the community during the year. Together, all the walks for NAMI in 2020 raised over $10 million. We were really excited to hit the 10 million mark for all the walks. And I believe there's upwards of 90 walks total in the United States. All right, my computer is not moving. Oh wait, here it is. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that. So now we're going to take a look ahead to 2021. So the walk is still going to be called NAMIWalks Your Way. And we'll have t-shirts on the day of the event at the Diamond Valley Lake, and there will be a table with t-shirts only. We will continue to offer a virtual component. So we're not having an actual walk event with all the tables and the big top, so to speak, the big tent and all the chairs and the speakers, because of the COVID-19 restrictions and the liability at the Diamond Valley Lake with MWD for us to even have an event with over 1,000 people. So we'll have a virtual component, and we will be there that day between 9 and noon with the t-shirts. For those who want to pick up their t-shirts, and we're going to also have last year's t-shirts, because last year not everybody was able to get their shirts. So if they earned a shirt last year, we'll have them there, and then we'll have this year's shirts also. So we're a part of a national movement with 123 NAMI walks in 45 states. And when we walk here in the Inland Empire, we're raising mental health awareness with the thousands of people across our 2 counties. Actually, we have over 2 million people in Riverside County and 2 million in San Bernardino County. So that's over almost 5 million people with the amount of people that we have in both locations. So we've got a lot of ground to cover. This year's theme, which appears on our NAMI Walk t-shirts, and they're gray this year, is mental health for all. This is our rallying cry to let people know they're not alone and that everyone is welcome to walk with us. Together, we'll let the world know that we believe in mental health for all. And our event is going to be on October 9th. It's NAMI Walks Your Way Again, a United Day of Hope. And we're going to be walking with other fall walks all around the country, and thousands of participants doing this in our own virtual way. I've had some people that have said that they're going to do it at a park or have a party at their house. There's just a lot of different ideas of what folks want to do.
Brenda, hi, I'm sorry.
Yes,
Can you,
it's okay.
there was a question that came in on the chat about the t-shirts. Can you review that one more time?
This year's t-shirts?
Yes, how they can pick those t-shirts up. They do need to have $100 raised individually by
Yes.
walk day, correct?
Yes, and they have to be a registered participant. So I think there's been a little confusion in the past where folks thought maybe they should have received a t-shirt, but they didn't register as a participant. They gave the $100 to the team captain, and team captains, maybe they were confused that they needed to have people individually register as a participant. And at the end, if we have some t-shirts left from last year, we'd be able to give people a t-shirt if they raised $100 after we passed out all the other shirts. But for now, I have to make sure that the folks who raised $100 as a participant got their shirt from last year. And then for this year, just make sure that folks register themselves. And we can talk about that too individually. If you have someone and you can't figure out how to register them, I can register them on the back end.
Absolutely.
Because it might be a little challenging to navigate, and I've kind of figured it out through the years. So we've had this website since 2016. It can still be kind of challenging to me to navigate, but I can figure it out. So I can support you in that.
So on walk day, they'll be able to pick up the shirts as long as they're registered. They've raised $100, and you'll be there from 9 to 2, correct?
Exactly. Right.
Okay, perfect.
Yes.
And also, Brenda, I just want to note that Allie was behind. She did put it in the chat. So I know it was a lot of information. Allie did put that information in the chat so everyone can read it and see it.
Great. Thank you, Allie. Okay, we all know this, but the reasons why we walk are to promote awareness of mental health and reduce stigma, to raise funds for NAMI's mission of advocacy, education, and support, and to build community and let people know that they are not alone. And on this call, we've got some of the representatives from NAMI Western Riverside, NAMI Temecula, NAMI San Bernardino, some of the affiliates that are involved in this. And this helps all of the affiliates in both counties to be able to provide the education programs, to do the advocacy that we do at the local level and support the state in the state level advocacy work. We've got things going on in our local community here in San Jacinto with like the San Jacinto Children's Clinic closing and some things happening there with children's mental health. And these are things that we pay attention to at the local level. So just know that we are doing things behind the scenes in the work of advocacy, education, and support. So now we're going to talk about our walk. For NAMIWalks Your Way, participants and teams can join us on site on walk day. And that would be at the lake. If you want to walk as an individual or you have your team meet there, they could meet, they could pick up their t-shirts. The lake has agreed to charge us $5 to park. And usually it's $4 a person to walk at the lake, but they don't charge us that. They only charge us the $5 to park. So if your team wants to walk that day at the lake or at your local park or anywhere that you want to walk, you can do that. But we will, like we said, have some folks there at the lake with the t-shirts and a table. And we're going to try to get some pictures so that next year we do have some more pictures that we can share with everybody. And then we also encourage you, we'll talk about that later, to take pictures and add our hashtag. And the date is October 9th. The time is from 9 to 11. There'll be somebody at the lake between 9 and 12. And we're going to have it on our Facebook. It'll be, last year it was Facebook Live, and this year it'll be Facebook Live also. I think people can also watch it from our donor drive website. And we're going to also have it live from there for those who don't have Facebook, because not everybody has Facebook. And as I said, there'll be volunteers that day at the Diamond Valley Lake from 9 to noon. And we'll be giving out the t-shirts for those who've raised the $100, taking pictures. And I guess I got ahead of myself. The Diamond Valley Lake has agreed to charge $5 a car. Here are some pictures from previous walks. So this is some of the fun that we had. Some of you might recognize some of these teams. I see Mary's team there, and these are some of our previous teams from the past. Probably for Jennifer, who's from Michigan, seeing all this brown, you're like, looks very different, doesn't it, Jennifer?
It does. I actually lived in San Diego for about 10 years, so it's familiar as well.
Right. We're used to it. Here's some more of our pictures. This is where we walked for 14 years. We went, there's a couple of ways that we used to go. So we would pick a certain way and walk that way, 1.5 miles out and 1.5 miles back. And it's a great venue. A lot of parking. This is the year we had the Boy Scouts doing the Pledge of Allegiance. There's Mayor Krupa when she was our honorary chair, and some other teams. Some of the entertainment that we had and some more of the teams. Just a lot of fun. Great day to be able to come out. Usually team captains will come up with a t-shirt that depicts their name. And in the past, we've had a t-shirt contest. And for last year and this year, we won't have that contest, but we do encourage you, if you want to make t-shirts and have your team meet, if that's what you're deciding to do. You know, we also have to think about social distancing, and you might just walk on your own. A lot of us walked on our own last year, and you know, it's just whatever you're comfortable with. This is another team, New Hope. This is some of their pictures from last year. Let's see, just a second. All right, so for those who can't or choose not to join us that day, we can walk virtually. Whether you join us on site or virtually, we would encourage you to share photos at these two hashtags, hashtag not alone. And then our hashtag for our walk is the hashtag NAMIWalksIE. So when you do your social media, if you put in that hashtag NAMIWalksIE, all those pictures go to a place where you can see all the pictures from our walk. And then we'll be able to have access to them and then be able to use them for some of our social media awareness. And then you can also look back there and it'll be there forever. Having a little trouble with my mouse. Sorry about that. All right, so here, give me a second, is where I have to get this video going. Can you guys still hear me? Okay.
Yes.
What I'm probably going to do after this is if you can't hear me, Jennifer, then you take over, because what happens is after I take my headphones out, you can't hear me for some reason. That's how it works with my computer. So I know that, and I'm letting you know in advance. So
Okay.
I'm going to play the video. Challenges of technical stuff. To get it done, it just takes a second. Okay, you can't hear it. Just a second.
We've been working together for quite a few years. Just about everybody, every family in one way or another, their lives have been touched by some type of mental health issue. So Mia and I came out today to do our virtual walk. What's great about the virtual walk is now we're creating awareness, but we can do that anywhere. And it doesn't just have to be walk, and do whatever you want it to be.
One of the most awesome parts about the virtual NAMI Walks Your Way event is being able to customize and tailor the event to your own social group and your own team, and then getting to come back to your computer and see what everybody's doing online and on social media.
For NAMI Walks Your Way, I am excited because I get to go wherever I want this time around.
Seeing that amount of support that this event brings with so many people coming together gives you that amazing hope that we can
together as a society battle that stigma and make it acceptable for everyone to feel that it's okay to be diagnosed with mental illness and there is hope.
In the Black communities where I grew up, mental health is not a topic at all. So people seeing me out here, I feel like it will open up some doors for young African males and women.
Doing this in the soccer team is one of my favorite parts about supporting NAMI. The NAMI walks are always so much fun, and to speak with them about mental health, and you can see light bulbs going off in their heads, and they're all like, how can I get involved with this? Like, why was I never taught this way?
The greatest part is just seeing tons of people with their t-shirts, family, friends. To me, it's like a class reunion. It's a great fundraiser because with the monies that come in, it promotes our educational programs that are free for everyone.
It's been a year, and that's why we decided to do this on her anniversary of her death, to live like Sierra and together come and do this NAMI Walk Your Way.
Just brings us all together to promote what NAMI is about. Raising awareness, stomping out stigma, and recognizing that recovery is possible.
Mental health for all means no one will get left behind.
Mental health for all.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and take over speaking for a little while Brenda gets the PowerPoint back up. I'm going to go ahead and just talk about building your team.
Of all of our members, all of their friends and coworkers.
Sorry. That's okay. All right. So I'm just going to talk a little bit about building your team, how to build your team or rebuild your team if you've been a team captain before. First of all, we love our teams. Our teams are the heart of NAMIWalks Inland Empire. Our team captains, they're going to be our cheerleaders. They're going to be our motivators, and they're going to lead by example. So I'm going to let her catch up real quick. And I forgot to introduce myself. Sorry, I'm Jennifer. I am a fundraising and support coach. I have worked with NAMI. I've worked with various other charities. I've personally been fundraising for over 20 years. It's going to age myself a little bit, but that's okay. So yeah, I call myself a professional fundraiser. So just, we're gonna, if you could just go forward a little bit more, Brenda. One more, I think. There we go. So when we talk about a team, we're talking about a group of people who are participating together for NAMI Walks. You can be participating in person. You can be participating in small groups. You can be participating together or virtually. I did this earlier this year for a charity where we had groups of people all over the country. We had representatives from almost every single state. And we just kept in touch by phone, by text, video calls, Zoom, obviously, and social media. You want to make sure that you're using, all of the hashtags so that you're all kind of staying connected, even if you're not together. So your group, your team, it could be family, it could be friends, it could be coworkers, church members, or it could be a combination of all. And teams come in all shapes and all sizes. You can have a team of just 2 people, or you could have a team of 250 people. We welcome teams of every single size. So our teams, there we go. Teams are led by a team captain. You can have co-captains, but I think as far as the website, it's only going to recognize the one, but you can definitely divide up the team captain responsibilities if you have if you have a very large team. All right, so last year, 75% of previous team captains participated across the country in NAMIWalks Your Way. This is an amazing statistic. It means our team captains are showing up, they're showing up for their teams, and they're showing up for NAMIWalks. And we hope this percentage continues to increase this year. As far as fundraising and building the teams, nationally, our team captains raised more than 47% of all funds. This is incredible, and it means that our team captains were raising almost half of the funds. And they're also encouraging their teams to fundraise, which is exactly what we want. We want them to lead by example, and that includes fundraising. So the best way that you can build your team, and the best way that you can be a team captain is to lead by example. And what does this mean? Well, obviously you need to register. That's your first step. If you haven't already registered, you want to go ahead and take care of it today. Its registration is free of charge, and I promise you it will take less than 5 minutes. And Brenda has also graciously offered to help you if you need help. So once you're registered, you want to kickstart your own fundraising with a self-donation. You can do this during the registration process, or you can do it at any time after you're already registered. What this does is it shows other people, shows your team members that you are supporting the cause that you are asking them to support and to join. You can also donate multiple times. So it doesn't have to be a one and done kind of thing. You can donate to yourself multiple times. You can also invite others, recruit. You want to ask family, friends, coworkers, Facebook friends, everyone you know to join you. You might be really, really surprised by who says yes. Little side note, one of my very best friends to this day said yes to me over 20 years ago when both of our sons were in preschool, when I asked her to join me on a charity walk. And up until last year, she was still joining me on charity walks. So, and we are really, really good friends. So, you know, make that ask everyone, because you never know who's going to say yes. To be a team captain, to be a great team captain, once others have joined your team, you want to welcome them. You want to thank them for joining. You want to encourage them to fundraise, because you're fundraising yourself, of course. And you want to encourage them to recruit their family and friends. You want to stay in touch with them, possibly create your own team Facebook group. This will allow everyone to easily stay in touch with each other and share fundraising success stories. And obviously, you want to share the hashtags. You also want to find the best tool. Not everything works for every person. Maybe you're better at email, use that. Not everyone is savvy or is using social media as other people. So find what works for you and use that, whatever that may be. And it may be a combination of all of it. So really just find what works for you and go with that. All right, there we go. So again, building your team, you want to lead by example. You want to invite everybody to follow your lead. And that means, you know, recruiting, that means fundraising, getting the word out there, letting everybody know what you're doing. All right, now fundraising, because that's what we're here for. That's the important part, fundraising. During this pandemic, and unfortunately it's still going on, we have had fewer participants, but those who have joined us virtually are raising more money, which is incredible. We've had an increase of 71%. I know Brenda touched on this earlier, in individual fundraising. This is incredible, and it shows us that fundraising is working and people are giving. Go ahead and pop forward a little bit, I think. So this is a great quote. Fundraisers should use pride, not apology, when asking for a gift for charity that is doing good work. So again, people are giving. Mental health is at the forefront of our national conversation, and people want to support you, and they want to support mental health locally and across our country. There we go. How do you get started? Well, again, if you're not already registered, that needs to be your first step. You need to fundraise. I'm sorry, you need to register. And you want to self-donate. Again, this is something that is going to show other people that you are supporting the cause that you are asking them to support. A lot of charity walks, runs, any kind of event will charge a registration fee. A lot of times that's $25 or $30. So because NAMIWalks doesn't charge a registration fee, go ahead and give that as your first donation, a self-donation to yourself. All right, you want to go forward? There we go. So this is where you register. This is the website where you can register. Once you've made your self-donation, you can customize your fundraising page. And this is really, really key. This is where you're going to send your donors to make a donation to your page. So you want to personalize this page. You want to share your story, share your why. You can add a personal photo. People are more likely to donate or donate more when the reasons are personal. And obviously, you can share as much or as little as you're comfortable with. But the more personal you get with the ask, the more donations you're going to get. You also want to get connected. You want to connect with everyone. Again, you can do this by email. This goes back to, finding your best tool. You want to, who you're asking for donations. Maybe they'll respond better with a request by postal mail. Maybe they will respond by email, by phone, by text, by social media. Obviously, that's a big one. Again, you want to use the hashtags NAMIWalksIE on social media. You know your connections and you know the best way to reach out to them. Maybe you have some family members that aren't necessarily techie. So use the postal mail, give them a call, go for a visit, and do a face-to-face ask. So you want to look at your connections and determine the best way to do that ask. And that's what it all comes down to, ask. It just all comes down to that one simple word, because if you don't ask, they're not going to give. They can't read your mind. I've been fundraising for over 20 years, and every single year, every single event, every single charity, I'm always taken by surprise by someone who donates, and honestly, by how much they give. You don't want to assume. You may not know someone's connection to mental health, and they could surprise you with a very generous donation. But you need to give them the opportunity to surprise you by asking. If you don't ask, you're not going to get a yes. A great friend recently told me that by asking, you are giving them the opportunity to make a difference and to make an impact. So use that.
And myself, I've also always been just blown away by the amount of people that donate to my team if I asked. So, and I know that many of us have had that experience, and we're just so grateful when they do it. So it's amazing.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
So some of the keys to fundraising, you're going to ask others to donate, obviously, asking others to join you and asking them to fundraise. And then they're going to ask others to help spread the word, ask others to donate, ask others to join. It just make it a domino effect. And of course, there's fundraising gifts. And again, to qualify for these gifts, you do need to be a registered participant for the event. And if you fundraise at least $100 by event day, then you're going to get the NAMIWalks event t-shirt. And you can also qualify for some of these other gifts. And I think we're going to go into the next slide goes into a little more detail. Yes, so here's your t-shirt. For the first time this year, it is a heather gray. So we're changing things up a little bit. If you raise $100 by event day, you will qualify for this shirt. And if you continue your fundraising, you actually, for these next prizes, gifts, you have 30 days after walk day to qualify for these. So once you hit the $100, you do get the t-shirt. But if you raise $250, you have your choice of one of these additional gifts. And if you raise $500, you have your choice of these. And I believe the green square, I believe that is a beach towel. And if you raise $1,000, you get your choice of the camp chair or the NAMIWalks polo. And again, these prizes, these gifts, you have 30 days after the walk to continue your fundraising. And if you raise $1,500, the gifts go up. You have your choice of these two items. And if you raise $2,000, you have your choice of the duffel. And I believe that is a hoodie. Actually, it's a zip-up jacket. I'm sorry.
And some of the items
yeah.
are very nice, very nicely made, good quality items.
Yes. So again, we're going to just talk a little bit about how to get your fundraising gifts. Brenda, you wanted to just quickly go over the t-shirt distribution?
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yes. When they sign up, they tell us their t-shirt size, and then we have the t-shirts printed up, and the sponsor names are all on the back. So usually when the t-shirts are done, it's really, really close to the day of the event because we want to get all of the sponsors on the back of the shirt. And on the day of the event, we're going to be at the lake between 9 and 12. And if people are not able to make it there, then we are going to, we'll figure out a way to get you the shirts as a team captain. So we have, I think 17 so far team captains. If we could always just make sure the team captain gets the shirts and then they can distribute them, or we'll work it out with the team captain.
All right.
Does that get it? Does that make sense?
I think so, yes. So as far as the other fundraising gifts, again, you have 30 days after the event to earn one additional gift. And if you qualify, you're going to receive a redemption certificate by email. And you're going to have, so when you register, make sure that you're giving us your email address. If you have, once you get that certificate, you'll have 30 days to redeem your gift, and that will get mailed to you. Walk Star recognition. This special edition star pin is awarded to individuals who raise $1,000 or more. Sorry. Do you want me to keep going, Brenda, or you want to take over?
Yeah, if you could.
Okay.
I'm having a challenging time here just
All
keeping
right,
this
no
PowerPoint
problem.
going.
All right. So now we're going to switch some gears and look at some helpful resources for our team captains. So we have a lot of links. We have a team captain toolkit that is available online. We have a lot of different social media posters, profile pictures, things that you can share on social media, as well as the hashtags. Don't forget the hashtags. We also have a lot of links that are available. Share your story, participant guidebook that gives help on how to ask for donations, on how to fundraise, that sort of thing. We also have our signs of hope. I believe that's on the next. There we go. And we have links to these so that all of our participants can print them out and share them on social media leading up to walk day and on walk day. These are very, very popular. And we have lots of different versions. We also have Spanish versions on there. So again, that Team Captain Toolkit is a link within your participant center. And it gives a lot of the details that I've already kind of gone over on, registering, self-donating, inviting others. And it gives a lot of infographics, about sample emails, sample social media posts, if you're unclear on, exactly how to word things, how to ask for donations. So let's talk about some next steps. Obviously, register. I sound like a broken record. You want to register yourself, register your team for the walk today. Again, it'll take less than 5 minutes. If you've done this before, the first people that you want to invite to join you again are past team members. And then you want to send out the request, maybe post it on social media with a link to register for your team. And if they don't want to join you this year, ask them to donate. You can also start a Facebook fundraiser. And this is really great because it connects automatically back with your NAMIWalks donation page. And you want to ask family and friends. You may want to do this by email. Again, you can do it by social media. The biggest thing is ask. And you're being an ambassador for NAMIWalks by asking.
Okay.
Right.
Any questions? So we've seen some questions in the chat, and then I think Jen asked sponsorship levels and price points. Is it this for actual sponsors you're asking about, Shauna? Because I can put that sponsor brochure in the chat box.
Yes, please. I would just like to know what the sponsorships are.
Okay.
And everything.
I will do
on
that.
top of individual donations.
Okay. It'll just take me a second to upload it.
Any other? Just going through some of these questions too. I see somebody's going to be in Texas for a wedding. So you definitely need to register, maybe have a little dance contest for your fundraiser. There we go. When you're doing it virtually, you can do absolutely anything that you want. So,
well, that's a cute idea.
Some people may be walking a 5K and others may be dancing a 5K. You never know. Donations, tax deductible 100%. Looks like somebody gets that. Let's see. There is a tax number in the chat.
And what I did too for my team captains is I found a t-shirt store that sells them 5 for $10. Actually in the 5 Corners in San Jacinto. They have a t-shirt store. So it's close to me, but it's one of those little little shops that just sells t-shirts inexpensive. And then I would buy enough for my team and then find a local printer to just put my team name on it. So my team is Team Creative Brains. And so in the front, there's a brain. It's a blue shirt, but it has a white brain on the front. And then the back, it says Team Creative Brains. And I either could, some of them, I think one time I got them printed with the brain in the back and one time just the name in the back. So, but I did, pay for that myself or ask people for $5 a shirt to help offset the costs. Or if you belong to a company, maybe your company could buy the shirts, or you could just tell everybody to wear blue shirts. If you guys have a navy blue shirt, wear a blue shirt, or let's all wear pink, because whatever it is, you just decided you're going to wear the same color shirt. And then Mary said, can we do our virtual walk on a different day? Yes. And that's what I did. I had my team walk the Saturday before, and we did all of that. and then I had all of my videos and pictures that I could use on walk day. So yeah, if anybody wants to do it on a different day, if you can get all that stuff to us before, I really need everything the week before in order to be able to put it in the queue, so to speak, because we load everything onto YouTube and then it's all just ready to go on walk day. Because in order for me to be able to, maybe we're going to try and do a Facebook Live out at the event if we can, but there's not very good cell service out there. So it's all going to be in the queue, and then they don't need me. Last year, I got food poisoning on the day of the event, but fortunately we had everything already in the queue and I wasn't needed. I could just lay on my couch and be sick all day. So I'll never forget that walk, the 2020 walk. Does anybody else have any comments or ideas, things that they did that they'd like to share, or any other? Allie, I know you've got stuff to say. Come on, Allie, you've got great ideas.
I just want to say that it's, oh, can you hear me? Yes.
Yes.
It's different. It's different. It's definitely different than a large walk. When you walk in and you see the background behind Brenda, you walk to an event, you get there and there's so many people and there's all this energy and there's balloons and there's music, but that doesn't mean that we can't create our own energy and our own atmosphere. So yes, you definitely do not need to walk the day of unless that's convenient for you. Last year, I did numerous things. I didn't get together with my team, but I went and jump roped and taped that. I put up posters and videoed that. You can get a big piece of poster board and stand in front of, your home advertising NAMIWalks. You can stand in front, if maybe your group is a church group, you could get permission to post in front of the church or stand in front of the church and let people know that we're fundraising, but we're also raising awareness. So there's two parts of this. So, it's awesome if you can raise money and fundraise and get all that going, but also use it as an opportunity to share NAMI. Also use it as an opportunity to help destigmatize. And anytime that you do that, it comes back tenfold. It's a great event. It's a great cause. And as much energy as you put in is as much as you'll get back. So I'm looking forward to it and appreciate everybody's participation.
Anybody else?
Yeah, I would like to say something, Brenda. This is Dr. Vernita. I simply walked in my community and I represented with a NAMI Inland Empire t-shirt and a hat. And I got a lot of questions because I live in a big community and they was asking questions. What is that? What's NAMI? What's the walk? So basically when I was walking, because a lot of people in my community, they walk. And when they saw the shirt, they had a lot of questions. So that's just providing awareness for NAMI in itself by doing so.
Great idea. Thank you. And
Brenda, can you explain a little bit? I don't know if about the 9 to 12 a little bit, the table. Can you talk about that a little bit real quick?
There will be volunteers at the table, and if anyone wants to be there that day, let me know. But we'll have 2 tables, and we will be practicing social distancing. If we're within 6 feet of each other, we should be wearing a mask, and we'll have hand sanitizer there. And there'll be 2 tables with shade, and one of them will have the t-shirts. And if people have, many times people have had donations before that they want to turn in on the day of the event. And if they want to turn those in there, they can. We didn't have that last year. And that also, people were wondering where they can turn in any cash that they might have raised. And we had to ask them to deposit it in their account and send us a check, or do it online, with a credit card. So there will be ways that we can interact with each other, but practicing safe social distancing. And is that what you're wanting, Dr. Vernita? Tell me what else what were you thinking?
Yeah, pretty much, so people can get an idea, like from the 3 hours, what are we gonna have out there? Because some people may be used to the big thing that we normally have before the pandemic, but we're just gonna be there. So if anyone needs assistance to do anything, have questions or whatever. So I just wanted to recap, and you did a wonderful job by doing so. So thank you.
Yeah, if you tell your team, that maybe you have 5 people that want to show up at the lake, and say 9:30, and then they show up at 9:30, and then we'll be there, and I'll have my camera and I can take some pictures of you, and then I'll have that for our social media. That's why I am hoping that some people come. I know it's not going to be a lot because so many folks come from so far. Riverside County is as big as the state of Massachusetts, and San Bernardino County is at least twice that size, maybe 3 times. So they're both very large geographical areas, and not everybody wants to drive to Hemet, to the Diamond Valley Lake, when you might have a local park. So if you guys can, with this group, or folks that are listening to this tape afterwards, if you guys want to send in a video, it has to be a week before. If you send in a video of your team doing something, I will get it posted on the day of the event, and we can show your team. We can highlight your team. You can do something again if you want to on that day, but it'd be great to give people some ideas of the different creative ways that folks have decided to walk your way. Any other comments or ideas about maybe what you did last year? Or questions? Okay, so now we were going to have, I don't know, Malcolm was talking about being here at noon. Are you on the call, Malcolm? Okay, so our honorary chair was going to try to join us at noon.
I don't see him on the list.
Okay. All right, I was just checking. Let me know if you guys see him. So any other questions or comments or suggestions?
I do have one comment. So we talked about building a team, and we talked about getting people to join walking with you. So you can say that you're walking and you'd like them to donate, but they also are welcome to join the team and get donations. But there's also opportunities to walk into businesses that you frequent and ask them for donations. So, look outside of just your immediate friend circle. If you get your hair done someplace, if your air conditioning, the guy who services your air conditioning, anything like that, with phone calls and letting them know who we are and what we're doing. Again, like Jennifer said, you may be surprised at who is interested in backing you and supporting you. And sometimes it's because it's NAMI, and sometimes because it's mental health, and sometimes it's because large businesses make a practice of putting some money aside for charitable donations. So if you ask in a respectful and kind way and let people know it's really important to you, you may be able to get donations that way as well.
Okay, thank you, Allie. Any other of our team captains have any experience they'd like to share with the group?
Hi. So this is the first time I've done this with this particular group, but in the past, this is at the end of the year where a lot of businesses are looking for tax write-offs. So I always, when I'm looking for big sponsorships, I always approach them with the fact that we have a tax deductible number for them, and they're trying to get their last year's write-offs in. So businesses are usually a good time to target for donations right now in lieu of needing donation deductions.
That's a great point, Shauna. Thank you. And I did put the sponsor brochure in there, so you could email them the sponsor brochure and have them contact us. And then Jennifer, you said, okay, that was Shauna that said that. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Shauna.
Thank you so
Okay.
much, guys. I look forward to it.
Thank you. And then
And
Jennifer
I just-
said, thank you for all the creative different way. Oh, were you going to say something, Mary? Go ahead.
I was just going to encourage people. I don't know if other team captains have had feelings of fear. If you ask people too many times, they won't donate. Having done this will be my 16th year. I found it's just the opposite. They're waiting for me to ask. They want to be asked again. Most of the time they make their donation bigger this time. Sometimes Grace and I will say to each other, she's my team captain helper, we'll say, well, hope they don't stop donating because we keep asking them every year. And we're always amazed because we end up with more money each year. And we ask a lot of the same people. So I just want to encourage you not to be afraid to ask them again and again.
I do remember, thank you, Mary. That's a good point. I do remember years ago when I first started this, that I heard someone say that people are looking for a cause and they will continue with that cause and make it their cause. And so that's what we want. We want folks to make this their cause, make mental health their cause. And then Allie said, they say many people will donate, but need to be asked or reminded 3 times. 3 times is a charm. And then the other thing is pick up the phone. And as we said earlier, ask, ask, ask. Any other fundraising tips, Jennifer, since you're the resident expert here on fundraising? Of course, we've got quite a few team experts here too.
Yeah, just get creative. If you like kids, plan, offer to babysit or have a parents' night out like on a Saturday, rent some movies, get some pizza, let the kids all come to your house. I mean, obviously we're still in a pandemic, so, you have to be careful with things, but, parents always want to get out of the house, and say in exchange for a donation of $25 or even $50, they can drop their kid off at your house for several hours and they can go be adults and have adult conversation. Just get creative. You can dog walk, you can pet sit, take care of a cat. You can mow a lawn. Just definitely get creative with it. And speaking of kids, make sure you can also get your kids involved. If the kids don't want to walk, maybe they can have a bike parade on walk day. That's,
yeah, that's a good idea. Make up the little signs.
Exactly.
Get pictures of the kids with their creative signs.
There you go.
And then put those on social media to have the kids out there. and kids and dogs. People love kids
Dogs,
and dogs.
yes. Kids and dogs.
Okay. Okay, well, thank you all for joining us. Looks like
Brenda, Malcolm said that he's going to be joining the call now.
oh, he is. Okay.
Yes.
Well, good.
So we
All
just
right.
have to give him a minute to log in, I think. He says, here I come.
Oh, good. All right. All right. Any other comments or additions? So Malcolm is our honorary chair, and I think he's joining us now. Yes, he is.
So Brenda, we are gonna have water for people out there at the.
Well, we might. Don't count on it. So I'm just telling people that to be prepared.
Thank you.
Yeah, you will need water. I'll probably bring some water, and if anybody else wants to bring some water, that'd be great. But we also are encouraging team captains to bring water. One interesting thing every year that I have noticed is a lot of people say they don't drink water, and then you get started on this walk, and then they realize they do drink water and they need water. So it is very important that people bring water, because 3 miles, and it could be a hot day. If it's a warm day out here in sunny Southern California and you're walking 3 miles or however long it is that you decide to walk, you need water. We need to drink something every few minutes out in that blistering heat. So we can never guarantee what the day is going to be like. And we've had days where it's nice and cloudy and it's been wonderful, but more times than not, we would have a sunny day. So Malcolm is here. Malcolm, we're grateful to you for graciously agreeing to be our NAMIWalk honorary chair. And we wanted to give you a few minutes to say something. So thank you, Malcolm. Council member Lilienthal, thank you.
Thank you for that introduction. People want me to, because sometimes I'm kind of just, what do you say, not really open with it, but I'm supposed to let everyone know that I'm Mayor Pro Tem.
Okay.
So,
great.
But I really appreciate this honor, and I really appreciate this. So I thank you guys for coming together and thinking about me. I guess my question would be, how did you guys come up with me as the further person?
Well, we always look to find someone in the community who could be a potential chair, and you are a new council person with him at City Council. So
Yeah,
there is no real pull a name out of a hat kind of process. We're just grateful that you said yes.
Yeah. And I'm really honored. I really thank you guys for the opportunity.
Well, thank you for agreeing. And Mayor Pro Tem Lilienthal is also a mental health professional in his day job. Is that correct? Yeah.
Yes. So I see my youngest age is about 5, all the way up to 76. So
Great.
it's couples, individuals, and I do run a anger management group.
Great. Okay. Well, thank you again. Thank you again for being here. And is there any other questions from anyone on the call? Okay, well, if not, we will want to thank you all for being here, and thank you for agreeing to support the walk, be a team captain in whatever capacity it is that you're going to be supporting us. Thank you for everything that you're going to be doing in your community. Thank you, Jennifer, for being here
Thank you.
on the call and supporting me. And thanks to all of our team captains. You guys are just wonderful. I love you all. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.